No, we are going to start the topic of development. Right. So development day 1. Before we start about what is the Salesforce development, what are the topics that we are going to discuss, just want to understand few things. Let's say here. First of all, I want to understand we have total 34 participants are there in the sessions. And 34 members, are you non-coding background or a coding background? Like how many are aware of the coding and how many are not aware of the coding? Are you from coding or a non-coding background? How many members are coding and how many members are non-coding? Maybe set up your screen, SR. Who is SR? I don't know. Just check your laptop. It might be your laptop issue. Is everybody able to see my screen properly? Any issues with my screen? Okay.
Also,
Okay. So maybe SR, you might need to rejoin. Krishna non-coding, Shrikant non-coding, Shubham Puri coding, and Rana is non-coding. Suchit. Rana, you have attended my previous sessions, right? Is that the same Rana or different?
Yeah, I did admin, but I
Okay.
couldn't continue development. I was sick.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm glad to be with you. You are the best instructor.
Thank you, Rana. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah. Suchit coding and Shashikala coding. Ramya non-coding, okay. Non-coding, SR, Bhargav Reddy coding background, non-coding. So out of this 39, we have a mix of coding and non-coding. So, right, everybody is important in the session. So all the 38 members, I can say 50% members are non-coding. And 50 members persons are coding. Now, let me ask a question to the coding, whoever is background of coding, whoever is done the coding part of it. Like, if you are a background of a coding, how many programs have you written? How many programs did you write so far? Could be any technology. I'm not specific to some technology. How many programs you have written or did you write it so far? Whoever is the coding background is there. Whoever is the coding background, approximately, not exact number, but approximately how many programs have you written? Maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, 120, 200. How many you guys have written? Shivani. Many coding, how many programs you have written? Shubham. Ashok. Shashikala. Okay, above 500 is the maximum, 20 so far, okay, 10, Ankush, 120 plus, okay, Shivani maybe 50, okay. Now let me ask a question, but this is for both of them, for coding and non-coding. Like if I have to write a coding, maybe 2 lines of program or a 5 lines of program. If I have to write a program, What are the skills that are required? What skills do you require to write a program? Any program. If you want to write some program, could be a 2 lines of code or could be a 5 lines of code, whatever the lines of code are there. So if I have to write a program, what skills are required for a developer? Syntax, logic, analyzing the problem solving, logical understanding. Okay. Basic syntax and logical thinking. Okay. Logical, oops, concept, syntax, able to debug, skill. Okay. Google the problem. Fair enough. Okay. For any developer, if they want to write a program, the skills that they required is a coding skills. Coding skills. And in order to write these coding skills, the logical thinking. If you have these two, you are enough to write a program. You can write any program, not only the Salesforce, Java, anything you can write it. If you have a logical thinking, plus if you have a coding skills, you can write any program. Could be a LWC, could be a Salesforce, could be a Apex, anything that you can write it. These two are very key basics for any developer in order to write a program. So that means whoever is a non-coding members are there, non-coding background, they have to first improve the logical thinking and coding skills. Now, how to improve the coding skills? I'm going to teach from the basics. What are the coding skills and how to improve very basic coding skills? I'll be covering in my development sessions. And whoever is already coding is there and somebody has already written, right? But the ultimate aim, whether you have a background of coding or whether you have a non-coding background, the ultimate aim for the every member in this class is, every participants in this class is how to become an expert in coding. That is the only the thought process. How can I become an expert? How to become an expert in coding. That means from the basic, where is the non-coding is there, from the basic to improve the coding skills, to improve the logical thinking, we will have a different structure. We will talk about that structure. So I'll be explaining it, how to improve a coding skills, how to improve a logical thinking. We will talk about this. From this point, everybody's focus is how can I become a expert in coding? That is only the thought process. Everybody, whether it is a non-coding or a coding, even non-coding members also, the first question is, I'm a non-coding. Can I write a program? Can I be expert in coding? If the coding person is there, can I write a coding in Salesforce? Can I become an expert in Salesforce coding? Right? Everybody wants to become an expert in coding. By the way, we have provided the form in the chart. So just make sure, guys, you are filling up the form. This is specific to the development. Whatever in the morning we have filled it, that is for the LWC. So just make sure that you are filling this form simultaneously. Right. So everybody's aim is, even the members who are working in the Salesforce, they want to become an expert in the coding. Now, the problem is we don't know how to expert in the coding. Let's say, let me ask this question. If you want to become an expert in coding, what you need to do? What are the things you need to do? How can you become an expert? What are the key things that you can be expert? Or what are the activities that you will be doing in order to make yourself as an expert in the coding? Practicing, right? More practicing, keep on practicing and learning. Fine, perfect. So practicing is definitely the key point for anyone. Need to read the code written by your seniors, working on the project, solving the real problems. Perfect. So whatever we are learning, right? So whether you might be learning while working or you might be learning from my sessions. So whenever you are learning the coding, so you need to learn the coding in systematic way. If you learn something in the starting and if you learn something in the end of the session, like end of the course, you will not understand how to write a program. You need to learn the coding part in systematic way. That means if you have to write a 10 lines of code, in that 10 lines of code, each line of code, what are the words we are using it? What are the keywords that we are using it? Which line should we write it first? Which line should we write it next? We need to learn that systematic way of writing the coding. Now, if you see here, if you are already working in a company, and if you are already working in a company and you are working with a solution architect or a technical architect, so most probably if you are working with a solution architect, if you see the program that is written by the solution architect is a very, very systematic way they will write it. And the way that they write it is anybody can understand. That means what I'm writing in the first line, and when I write it in the first line, how that is going to used in the next, whatever the lines we are writing it. So the coding is it's like a solution architect writes a coding, very, very beautiful coding. So they write the coding in, they will take time. They will take time, but they will write it very neat and systematic way. Now, when you are learning it, now I'm giving a chance for you guys to teach the coding part in systematic way, so that you will be writing the coding which is equal to at least a senior developer or a technical architect. Now, first thing is that we need to learn the systematic way and then get command on basics. Basics are very important. So you need to get a commanding on the basic programming. So when I say basic programming, if you know how to declare a variable, how to retrieve a variable, very basic programming. If you know, if you have a command on basic program, like when I keep on saying here, get a command on basic program, right? How you will get this? Like let's say I'm keep on saying here, get a command on basic programming. But how do you get a command on basic programming? Like what we need to do in order to get the command on basic. When I say command on basic program is nothing but if you give any program, basic program, you should be able to write whatever the program it could be. You should be able to write it in the very simple, straightforward program. But how do you get a command on the basic program? Few things we need to understand. If you want to get a command on the basic program, you need to understand the syntax. The more difficult part, writing the coding is very easy. Writing your own program is very easy. But when you are reading others' program, is very difficult. If you want to read others' program, you need to understand the syntax. What is the syntax that they have written? So understanding the syntax is very important. Could be any syntax, whatever the programming that you are doing is, understanding the syntax is very, very important. And you should know line by line execution. Line by line execution of the program. That means if somebody has written a program, in interviews also they will ask, in interview, they will give you some 10 lines of code or maybe 7 lines of code. They will ask you to read this, how, and they will ask how this code gets executed. They wanted to know what is your thought process on the program. So when they ask that question, we should read line by line, which line will be executing the first. And after that, what will happen to the second line? And after that, does it goes to the third line or does it skip to the fourth line? So we need to understand the execution of line by line program. If you know the line by line execution of the program, and if you are able to understand the syntax, you are a very good programmer. And along with this, you should know how to debug the program. You should know how to debug the program. Because sometimes what happens is, assume that you got a offer letter from Wipro company or some company, you got an offer letter. The project is assigned to you. And that project is already implemented. Half of the 2 years back, the project is already implemented and it went on hold. Now they wanted to restart that project. If they want to restart the project, they will say that, can you try to analyze what was implemented previously? How that code was executing, what is the functionality is there and how the code is written. When are we calling this particular method? They will ask you to debug that and understand by going through the code, understand the functionality. Right? In that case, you know syntax, you know line by line execution, but which line is executing, which program is executing first, which programming executing next, you will have some hundreds of programs. Now you wanted to know the sequence of the program. If you want to know the sequence of the program, you need to debug that code. If you debug that code, then only you will understand which program is hitting first. In that program, what is the line that is executing at the first place, and then after that, which line. And once the lines are executed in the program 1, when the program 2 is calling, whether it is calling or not. So we should understand these debugging steps. In order to make you perfect in the understanding of the syntax, no line by line execution of the program and the debugging part, I'll take care of it, right? That means whether you could be a coding and whether you could be a non-coding, the only aim for everybody in this session is how can I be expert in the coding? In order to make you expert in the coding, what do I teach it? Or let's say, what do we teach? How do I teach it? How do I make you guys as a perfect? What is the role that I'm doing here in order to make you perfect? Right? So what do we teach? Like basic for everyone, whoever is attending my class, they should know the syntax of understanding the syntax, writing the syntax, and they should know reading line by line execution of the program, and they should know debugging. It's my responsibility to make you guys as a getting the command on the basic program. From the basic program, we will teach you the expert. I'll make you to the expert. Now I'll show you how I can make it. So what are the things that I'll do it during the sessions? Let's see that. Okay, this is one example. Now let's see here. This is one example. This is a very small concept. It's not a huge concept. It's a very small one of the part that I'm taking here in entire my session. This is just a one part of the program. Now, so when we are discussing about the very basic program, in the basic program, to make you guys as a command on the basic program, I'll give you different kind of a scenarios. Now let me give you here. So we will have some programs where I can simply write a direct coding, where I can write direct coding. And here, whatever on this rows, right? So this is hands-on, the one which I'm teaching in the class, homework, which I'm giving in the, at the end of the class, I'll be providing the homework. So this is the hands-on and this is the homework. For every program, if you see here, let's say this is the, right? So this is the 10 star. This is one program of 10 star. Let me give you one example for here. I will be giving a in whom hands-on how to directly print 10 stars. And how can I print the left alignment of a 10 star? Left alignment increment, and this is the decrement, and both increment and decrement. Similarly, we have a right alignment increment, right alignment decrement, right alignment increment and decrement. Similarly, center. Now, when I say 10 star, what is this left increment, left decrement? We don't understand. Now, let me give you some example here. Now, this is the program one. So this program one is printing the 10 stars directly, which is this first one directly printing the 10 stars. Now, second one is 10 stars only, where I'll give a hands-on on this in the class, how to print left alignment incrementing by 1. Like this, we will be printing the left alignment increment for 10 stars. Similarly, printing the 10 stars, left alignment decrement. That means it will start with the 10 stars, then 9 stars, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So like that, we will be having a left alignment decrement 10 stars. And the next program 4 will be this is for the left alignment, increment, as well as the decrement. This is for 10 stars. Left alignment, increment, as well as the decrement. Right? So which is the one we are talking here. Left alignment increment, I'll be showing the hands-on. Left alignment decrement, I'll be showing the hands-on. Along with me, after the session, you guys have to also practice the same thing. And left alignment increment, decrement both, I will be doing in the class, as well as I'll be giving the homework on this, and same thing you need to do it offline. Similarly, we have a right alignment. So right alignment increment 10 stars, right alignment decrement 10 stars. Similarly, right alignment increment as well as the decrement. So 1 to 10 increment, 10 to 1 decrement. And then final one more we have here. This is for the center. So this up to here, program 7, right alignment. Program 8 onwards, printing the center alignment. So we have a center increment, center decrement, center increment and decrement. So I'll be showing the examples of these are the one. And we'll be giving the homework to the right alignment, which you have to do the same thing. Whatever I did it, but only the thing is different is the right alignment. Similarly, the center alignment, I'll be giving the homework. And then the final one will be the left, right, center, increment, decrement, center. Now, center, increment, center, decrement, and the center increment, decrement, and the final will be the left, right, center, increment, decrement, both. Doing it with the Salesforce plus OOPS concept. And if you do this, now assume that like this, I have a 10 stars, I'm doing it for the 11 programs. So total we have a 11 programs. Like this for every program. So like
పంపించిన దాంట్లో 8 PM to 9:30 PM సంథింగ్ అని ఉంది చూడు.
So for 10 starts, we have a 11 program. Similarly, here it is a hard coding of 10 stars. Similarly, we have another one which is called as a N star. That means I'm providing the input to the program. While executing the program, I'm providing the number. Based on the number, the stars has to be printing. Now, next one is a numbers. So these two are the stars and this is the number program. In number, I have a 10 numbers. Similarly, 10 numbers, we have to do it for the direct printing, left increment, left decrement, left increment, decrement, similarly right, similarly center, and then we have a left, right, center, increment, decrement. And also we have a other program of a numbers where I have to provide the input to the program while executing it. Same thing, we have a prime numbers, odd numbers, and a Fibonacci numbers. Right, so prime numbers, you guys are already aware. Odd numbers is which is a 1, 3, right? So 5, which is the odd numbers. Fibonacci is a, if you don't know Fibonacci, like a 0 and 1 is a default numbers. These are the default numbers. So 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5. So this is called as a Fibonacci. So before the number and the current number, you are doing the plus. 5 plus 3, 8. And similarly, 8 plus 5, then you will be adding, keep on. So the numbers will be keep on adding here. That is also I'll be teaching Fibonacci. Now assume that you have a 11 different programs are there, which is directly left, right, center, left, right, center, total 11 programs. For each one of them, like this, we have a 12 programs. That means here itself, you will see total 132 programs. Here itself, we will be talking about 132 programs, and this 132 programs are using the simple if, and also we'll have a if else, also we have a if else if, also we have a if else, also we have nested if. So each one of them will be having a 132, like in switch. Again, I can have a 132 programs of a switch. While, do while, for loop, again I can have a 132 programs. So assume that you will be having a lot of programs. By the time you reach to the actual program of Apex classes, you will be having a very good command on the basic program. Now, when you are working on this 132 program on this overall, you will be seeing a lot of difficulties. You will be seeing a lot of problems while working on the program. But you will be getting an expert. Though you are getting a problems there, though you are researching it and doing it, but at the back, what is happening? Ultimately, you are getting an expert in the coding. Unknowingly, you are getting an expert in the coding because of all these programs, whatever we are doing it. And in case if you have any questions on this, I'll be explaining the program. Now, in my previous session, like whoever is attended my previous development sessions, now let me give you this. Now, you will be seeing so many programs. Due to the one program. Now, this is our previous session. One of the participants. who has done all my programs. Now, this is one of my student. Now they have done the program from the day one. Very basic, very basic program we have started. And he has done all the programs, whatever the homework, hands-on, whatever the programs are there, all the programs he has done it, including the class notes also. If you see, he has written in the day 1, day 2, day 3. So like this, he has written so many homework programs. Like we have a total here around 300 plus homeworks are there. Right? So this is, if you do this program, let's assume that if you do this program and if I'm correcting your programs, whatever the errors are there, I'm giving a feedback to your programs. If you do this, why can't you, like, how can I, like, do you think that you will not be expert in the coding? If you write a 300 and 300 programs, do you still feel that you cannot be expert? Because I'll be teaching it very basic from the starting, how to print your name. How to print your name, I'll be teaching it. And in interview, they will give you the different kind of a scenarios. They will give you all different scenarios. That scenarios will be any of this, whatever the homework I have given. If you write this, if you implement, if you do this assignments daily and submit your assignments, by the time you go to the interview, if the interview give whatever the scenario could be, if you have done this session, if you have attended my sessions for entire session, if you do all this homework, I guarantee you that you will be able to write a program in front of the interviewer. If you do this 300, last time we have a 313 homeworks are there. This time we are going to make it around 400 and 500. So I'm going to add a few more homeworks in this. If you write this 400 programs, I definitely guarantee you that on the first attempt in the interview, if they give you the interview question, can you write this program? They will ask you that, share your screen, and they will give you some scenario. Can you write this program? You have already command on a basic program. You understand the syntax. You know line by line execution of the program. You know how to debug. Now, and you have written 400 plus homeworks, 400 different scenarios you have written. Once you are done with all these things in the first attempt itself, you will be cracking the interview and you will be able to write a program in front of the interviewer without any help. I guarantee that. So if you do this, now this is the one of the my previous session person. So this person is, if I know that, okay, this person has done all the exercise, whatever I have given, all the programs he has written, then I only can refer this person for the interviews or a companies, because I know that if the person has written without maybe small mistakes, but the person has written perfect coding and he done all my programs, then we can refer you guys to the companies. That guarantee I can give you. But you have to prove yourself that you have done a lot of practice. So this kind of a practice is very important. Because the reason why I'm saying here, now you might feel that, okay, a lot of documentation is there. Now it is taking time to load it here. You might feel that, okay, a lot of documentation. I have to practice it. I have to document it. And I need to put a screenshot. So a lot of homework is there. Is it really needed to do this homework? Right? Is it really needed? I'll attend the session and I'll do the homework, but documentation is so, it's taking a lot of time. for documenting it, right? If you feel that, let me give you one example. Now, if this person has done very good documentation and we will guide you, our team is going to guide you how to do the documentation, what is the homework number, what is the actual program, and how to add a comments for each line, and what is the description, and what is the output, how many lines of code this person has written, what is the output, and debugging sessions, everything the person will be adding it. It is mandatory to do the documentation because in our project, whatever the project you might be working in a Wipro company or whatever the company you might be working here. But if once you got the job, once you are into the project, any organization, this is the expectation from the organization, the skills expectations. So what are the skills the organization expect? From you. Could be you are a junior, senior, or a technical architect, solution architect, whatever the role it might be, irrespective of the role, what is the organization expect from the employer, whoever is working in a Salesforce? The first thing they expect is employer should have a domain knowledge, domain or a functional knowledge. And the second thing, they expect the coding skills, which I have covered on top. What are the coding skills? And the third, very most important, is a documentation skills. You should know the documentation skills. Now, coming to the domain and functional knowledge, whoever is attended my admin session, they should have a domain and functional knowledge. Because we have discussed about the sales cloud, service cloud. Definitely one question, definitely they will ask, can you explain about the sales cloud life cycle, service cloud life cycle? So which we have already covered in the domain, in the admin. In case if you have not attended my sessions and directly joining as a developer, I would suggest go through the admin sessions. Maybe you can talk to the admin team, my team. So they can guide you on the videos. What are the admin videos are there? They can guide you. So you can check with them. So the team is available. Now, coding skills, which we are going to discuss in the development sessions. Documentation skills are very important. In order to make you perfect in the documentation, we have to follow this template. And my team and myself is going to guide you how to implement this documentation. What are the steps that we need to follow it? Everything we will be discussing with you. Yes, please fill the form. The form is available in the chat. So just make sure that you are submitting the form for a development. This is purely the development session. Yeah. Okay. And one more reason to do the documentation is if you refer after 1 month, you are somewhere here. Let's say you are writing a program, very high level program you are writing. While writing the high level program, if you want to know that what was initially the program that we have written, what is that program that we have written, it is could be a kind of a book for reference. You can have a reference book, right? Easily you can search it and identify what was that I have done the program. Even when you join the company, after joining the company also, if you want to see that what was this code has been written, how did I written this kind of a logic, if you want to see that, this documentation is going to help you guys. This is your kind of a so this is kind of a your referral book, or maybe your Dictionary, where you can search it and find out. After completing the session, development session, after completing the entire development program, if you just refer that how many programs you have written here, you only will be shocked. Please mute yourself, guys. So you will be only shocked that, okay, these many programs that we have written. Right, so this is, so you will have a complete, we have a team where they will be instructing you on the documentation side. Coding side, I will be completely taking the authority to make you expert in the coding side. Domain functional knowledge, which we have covered in the admin part. Now you can talk to the admin team, my team. So you can call the team and they will guide you on the admin part. Now, if you are learning these things and once you got the job, how easily you can implement a program. Just imagine that how easily you can do it. So you are equal to the person who is working already in the company. But only the thing, guys, you need to dedicate it to the classes, daily classes. I guarantee you that in the interview, you can crack it after writing the 400 programs. So our trainings will be very basic. We will start it very basic and we will go to the very high level program. Right? So and just make sure, guys, please fill this form. And regarding the classes, today and tomorrow, development classes will be same time, which is at 8 p.m. Maybe it will go for up to 9 p.m. from Monday onwards. So Monday is a 6th. So from Monday onwards, development sessions are 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. IST. And this timing is only for today and tomorrow. This is for 2nd and 3rd May. Right? So coding skills, don't worry, I'll take care of the coding skills. If you are a non-coding background also, don't worry, because we will be starting the program from very basics. So you will be understanding it and you have to do the practice along with me. So we will have a working sessions in the classes. So that means while I'm writing the program, you should also write the program, which is a hands-on, like in the class, we will have a hands-on. So with that, what will happen is at least you know what are the syntaxes that we are writing, what is the code that I'm writing it, you should understand. Right, so we will have a hands-on sessions in the class and as well as I'll be giving the homework. And along with this, simultaneously, we will be starting the LWC sessions also. If you are interested, you can join the LWC session. I would suggest join the LWC sessions because there also we will be talking about the very basics things. If you are already aware of the coding part. So we have a LWC session that is going on from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. from 6th May onwards. And parallelly, we will be starting the internship. Internship is every Saturday. Internship is every Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. IST. So these 3 sessions are going parallel. Development, LWC, internship. Benefit of attending the internship is that you will know how the real-time scenarios will be there. Now in the coding skills also, I'll be covering the real-time scenarios, but internship is only focused related to the project. In the internship, I'll just give you the scenarios, like a 70 scenarios will be there. So where it is divided into the admin, development, LWC, and LWC, and sometimes HTML, JavaScript, which I'll be giving it. So overall, you will have in the internship, the scenarios will be covering admin scenario, it will be covering the development scenario, we will be covering the LWC scenario. Now you might be having a question that we have not started the development. How can I attend the internship? The reason I'm saying to attend the internship is that you will get a knowledge, okay, how the scenarios will be there. At first time, you might not be able to do it. But when we are discussing about the same topic in our class, regular class, you will link the scenario that we have discussed in the internship. And you will be able to come up with, at least you will try, right? And if you do the internship, all the scenarios, if you are able to complete it, we will be giving the certificate, internship certificate. Like before going to the companies will have an internship, right? So similarly that, so we will either you will be working on the project or I'll be giving the different scenarios. So we will have a different ways of internship. So it's all real-time scenarios for the internship. Any questions? Please fill up the form because we have so because we need to collect the details and we need to identify how many members are going to attend. Any questions, guys? Whatever we have discussed.
Yeah, hi Swapna, I'm Dinesh.
Yeah, Dinesh.
Yeah, actually I'm already working. If I join this course, if I miss some classes, depends on my office work. Can I rejoin? Any chances there to join other next time course also?
Yeah, you can join it. By the way, if you miss the session because of some other urgent, we will be providing the recording sessions and we will be providing the PDF. And also, if you want to continue for other sessions, also you can continue. There is no limitations. So those facilities are available.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Questions, Amar?
Ma'am,
Aishwarya? Yeah.
How many months it will take to complete LWC and that programming, that office programming, all that?
Assume that each one, like we have a 3 parallel sessions, right? So all 3 parallel sessions will continue for 3 months. Because in the coding, we are going to talk about the 400 scenarios. And in LWC, we are going to talk about some 300 scenarios. And internship, every day we will talk about, every Saturday we'll talk about the 70 scenarios. Like that, we have a 700 scenarios are there. So like every day, because the reason I'm giving 3 months, I know it is 3 months is too much for you guys, but the thing is that I can tell you the development session within 1 week. I don't have a problem. And I did that also. I completed entire development within 1 week. But the thing is that what you guys are getting the knowledge, very less knowledge, right? So the only intention for me is you guys should be having a good knowledge. Whatever the knowledge that I have, I wanted to give that knowledge to you guys. So definitely it is going to take time, and some sessions I need to repeat it because you guys are able to do the homework. So you might be having some problem in writing the or implementing the program. So I need to repeat the homework sessions on one day. So it happens simultaneously, it happens. So based on the requirement, I need to take up that session as a homework session.
Okay, ma'am.
So please fill the form, guys. And I request you to join this because these sessions are like it. I'll teach very patient. Everybody says that I have a very patience. So I teach very slow, but I'll give all the information related to one topic, which nobody gives that. Everybody's try to finish the session or a course within 1 month or 2 months. Yeah, Vivek, you can talk to the admin team. Just check with the admin team. They will guide you on that, okay? Okay, thank you for filling the form. If somebody is missed to fill the form, I request you to fill the form. Yes, I'll be covering the each detailed course, like a last development also, we have done the same thing. And this time we are going to add a few more. Like if you see this sessions, whatever we have done in development sessions. No, the last batch was they were very good. Everybody was doing the hands-on and asking more questions, different scenarios. So the session, we did not feel that, okay, this course is going long. So it was a more of a discussions. So yeah, similar way, I'll be covering the each details. Questions, guys? Fill the form. So if you fill the form, and my team is going to contact you for the next step, whatever the next steps are there, so they will guide you on that. Definitely, we'll talk about the hands-on experience.
Ma'am, if we don't know development also, can we learn LWC parallelly?
Yes, because the reason I'm saying learn the LWC, I'm not starting the LWC directly. I'll start the HTML. I'll start the CSS. Then I'll start the script. Then I'll start the JavaScript. By that time, you will be completing the half of the development part. So the time you start the LWC program, you know that how to implement Apex classes.
Okay, madam. I thought of joining all so LWC development and internship program also.
Yeah, definitely go ahead, because we are not like other trainings. We are just, we will start a very basics things first. If you understand the basics, then only we will jump onto the Salesforce, whether it could be a LWC, Apex, because basics are very important. If you don't know the basics, how much ever I teach LWC, you will not understand.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. I will go ahead with all the three.
Yeah.
So in internship, what we will get, madam? Starting admin, from admin we will start from for
Yeah.
internship.
Internship, it covers the admin, development, LWC, all three.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, I know only admin, so that's what happened. So that's why I thought of joining all the three.
Don't worry. So the reason is, now at least if you started, you will understand how the program, how the real-time work is going on. So from the beginning, you will be involved into the real-time program. So that means you feel that I'm working on a project. And you do, if you don't know, also you do some kind of a research, right? So that
Yes.
research is also is going to help you.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Because in development I have zero knowledge, so that's what I
Don't
will
worry.
keep full of expert.
Don't worry, Venkat. I'll take care of it, that internship. So because we will be having a complete sheet, who is attending the development, who is attending the LWC. So we will have a complete documentation is there. According to that, I'll be running the internship.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.